Hi everybody, welcome to today's episode. Today I'm giving you how to apply the agencies. I'm giving you the types of schools that you can apply to, but we're breaking down the schools so that you have a better understanding of what you're getting yourself into. We are touching on the eligibility of schools because there's a question that I've been getting a lot lately, and we are also talking about what documents you need in order to apply. Let's just get right into it. Right, so the first thing that we're going to do is touch on the agencies. What agencies can you use to apply? When I was first applying, it was back in 2018, and I can't believe that 2018 is so long ago. I used Teachaway, I used Teaching Nomad, and I used English First, EF. I got interviews from all these three agencies. I kid you not. I got an interview with EF. I didn't get that job. I got I think 2 interviews with Teachaway. I did not get those jobs. No, I also I got an interview to teach in the UAE because that's where I wanted to go teach initially. I didn't get that job as well. That was through EF. I also got an interview through Teaching Nomad, and I got that job, which was my first job here for a high school, a private high school. All right, so those are the ones that I used that are still in business that you can still use even now. So now let's look at the other ones that I had to search for online that you guys can use. I read up on them a little bit, and I trust that they are good agencies. Hopefully they are. Here they are. All right, so you can use teacherbychina.com. Just type Teacher by China on Google. That's one that I think is a good one. I went on their application sites as well. You can use Gold Star Teacher. They have an application tab as well. You can use 3-Step Foreign Work Services. 3-Step Foreign Work Services. You can use China Job R, so it's jobr.com, and then you can also use Opportunity China. So these are the platforms that you can use. There's plenty more platforms that you can use to apply for jobs. Okay, and then once you put your info there, they obviously most times they're going to ask to meet up with you first to get an idea of just your spoken English, I guess, and your efficiency. So that was the case most of the time with me, where an agent was appointed, and then I would have an interview with them before they placed me in schools or before they pushed my CV. I don't know, whatever they do. So yeah, what do you obviously going to need? Sometimes they ask for Skype, sometimes they ask for WeChat. If you need verification for your WeChat, hit me up on my email. I can help you with that. Otherwise, yeah, you need Skype, you need maybe Zoom, I don't know, or whatever app that they're going to ask you to download, just use that. And then you're going to get your, not an interview, but your intro type of thingy with them. Right, so you know the sites that you can use to apply. Now, what documents do you need? A CV. So have a CV, a simple, straight to the point CV. If you have never had a job before, that's okay. There's a video I did actually on how to do a CV. Not my best video, or I'm not the best person to be giving advice on that, but I do have a video on that because I was working on my CV around that time. You can check that out. Yeah, you need a CV, a good CV. Just have a decent CV. Don't have curriculum vitae on top and stuff like that. No, check how CVs are done nowadays and then use that. You need a CV. You need a teaching license in some sites, or your TEFL certificate, because some sites you can't move to the next stop before you put that information. You need your passport. So if you're applying, I'm assuming you already have your passport in place, or you at least have applied for one, because that's going to be very, very important. Sites are looking for that. They're also asking for your picture. I have no idea why. Sometimes just to check if you're black or white, to be honest. But yeah, they ask for that as well. Put your picture there, a passport picture, a cute picture. Just take a nice picture. Maybe have a white background. Just take a nice picture and then put it there. And then cross fingers. I'm crossing them with you. Right. So the next thing that people want to know really bad is if the schools they're applying to are eligible, or if the schools that are offering jobs are eligible. And I tried to check this online, like how do you check if a school is eligible? If anyone knows, please comment down below so that we can help other people, because I don't know how you check if a school is eligible. We could ask on, like, in groups, people have reviews on schools and stuff. That's one way people check, but I don't really know if there's a site where we check registered schools and like that. I try to look for that. But the most important thing to know is even a good school that is registered can screw you over. So you just have to apply with the mentality that you really are taking a risk, and it's a leap of faith. It could go great. It also could go bad. There's many cases, especially if it's your first job, where they try you. They try to check if they can get away with certain things that they have no business trying to get away with. So even a good registered school can screw you over. Please understand that. And you have rights. Let's talk about that. So you have rights, right? There's rights for foreigners or whatever. But specifically in this country that I'm not going to mention right now, just check my location. You know that your rights are very limited, and they normally will side with their own people. So even if a company is screwing you over, I've seen people get lawyers and stuff and win some cases, but you are in a vulnerable position. So if you're screwed over, you just screwed over. You're just gonna have to deal with it, in a sense. There's a way you maneuver and stuff once you get to understand the culture and how things work here. But in terms of protection, not really. You're not really protected. And that's one thing that I genuinely plan on doing a video on, because we need to talk about the anxiety that comes with working here. I also think that it's very important to understand that the type of school that you apply to plays a huge role in just your responsibilities and your peace and mental health, a healthy one at that. You need to understand your responsibilities before you move here. That's why I made a short the other day that schools are desperate. Take that as your power, right? They're desperate. So you need to at least try to get to a contract that serves you as well, not just them, because contracts here are very weird and they're just weird. So you want to make sure that you understand your responsibilities and you understand what you're getting yourself into. Yes, money may be good here, but it's not worth some of the stories that I hear sometimes. The amount of work people put in, the amount of expectations, like how much the employers are expecting them to do sometimes is ridiculous. So before you take a job, there's different types of schools. There's a kindergarten, there's a public school, there's private schools and international schools, and then there's training centers. I'm not sure if there's any other type of school. If I'm forgetting other types, please comment down below to remind us. But in a kindergarten, you have kids, they're young, you have a Chinese teacher as well who's helping you. They say that mostly your responsibility is just teaching, but also you with the students the whole entire time because they're young. You're a homeroom teacher in a way. So if your position says homeroom teacher, there's more responsibilities. So if you're a homeroom teacher, I believe you should be paid more because there's way more admin and stuff like that, talking to the parents or whatever. So ask your school, am I going to be expected to talk to the parents? How many times per week? Are parents texting me, or what's the procedure, right, with the job that you are getting? If you are teaching in a public school, the government is your employer. So that's even trickier for me. You are everything that has to do with you. You're protected for the most part, but you are dealing directly with the government. You're dealing with the government. So if you get a public school, know that and understand that, and the responsibilities as well. It's different from other types of schools. If you're in a private school, an international school, probably get paid more. I think kindergartens pay more, in my opinion, but sometimes no. International schools pay more. I think also kindergartens pay more. Private schools as well. but the responsibilities, it's all about, in my humble opinion, I don't want a job that has me worked and tired 24/7 while I'm at work, and then I'm getting whatever salary. I need my space. I don't want an overbearing employer, for example. No, I don't want that. I don't want to be micromanaged and stuff. So understand yourself and the type of school. They will butter you up though when you ask these questions. I don't think they'll come up and say, well, we are going to be asking you for 1, 2, 3, and 4. They will lie, but make sure at least that you ask, right? And that it's gonna work. I've seen people get employed, arrive, quit after 2 days because they just can't stand how things are done. As well as training centers. There's a problem with training centers nowadays because the government is really shut down a lot of training centers over the last year. So if you're getting into a training center, just check if they are allowed to operate, because some of them have changed how they do things or whatever. It's just not, in my opinion, I think it's risky to come work at a training center right now in China. I don't think it's wise. But if you do get a training center, ask the right questions. Ask them how they're still in operation, how is the law, the new policy affected them and stuff like that, because they definitely did shut a lot of them down. And I think a lot of them are in business because they changed some things. So you want to understand that. Especially people who want to work in kindergartens. I swear, I worked in a kindergarten in 2021 or 2020, around August during the summer holidays, because I wanted extra cash. So it was the holidays, I wasn't working. I was like, oh well, let me do a summer camp. It was kindergarten kids from ages 2 to 6, I think. I don't want to do that. Like, it's not for me. My character, I'm not built like that. I don't want to deal with kids like that, where a person needs to pee. Well, there's a Chinese teacher here, but my students are big, so when they need to pee, I don't like the younger ones. So if you know you don't like the younger ones, then don't do that. If you know you don't like the big ones as well, because they can be challenging, then don't go for the bigger ones. Just know yourself when you're applying for these jobs. I hope this helps. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.